30 minutes normally earlier than I normally would go live on a Wednesday, but I figured I'm just doing laundry. I could be watching TV, I could be reading a book. I've got a couple things on the go right now, so I thought, hey, let's see who's out there and see if anybody wants to talk. I didn't put out a video, excuse me, I'm just moving the tripod back a little bit here. I didn't put out a video yesterday. Work's been busy. I know I keep saying that anytime you guys tune in, but today was one of those days where it wasn't crazy busy. So I managed to get a couple things done. I do need to go and get some Christmas shopping still done and have an anniversary that's coming up. So I want to make sure that I'm prepared for those things. But I just decided, let's say hello, see who's out there, see who wants to chit chat. Not sure if it's going to be a long video like we normally do or if it's going to be a short one. All depends on you guys to see who tunes in. I'm sitting in the office right now. If you hear in the background, you can hear the dryer or the washing machine going too. Phoenix Star, how's it going? How are things in Germany? I did get your guys' postcard, so thank you so much. It's a nice surprise. Itamar Litman, hello. And Steven, hello. Steven, I got your envelope that arrived today, so thank you so much. Itmar Litman, where are you from? And welcome, everybody. Yeah, so surprise, I'm live again. I'm an addict to it, I think. No, I don't know. I do enjoy them. I know they don't get tons and tons of views. Some of you guys, Israel, oh, well, welcome to the live broadcast. And if you've been following my channel, I'm glad you're along for the ride. Hopefully everything there is good with you. It's nice to have a variety of people from around the world. We have Germany, we have Israel, and we have Australia right now. I did like the contents. Yes, thank you so much, Stephen. I will show them on the Friday video of what you sent. So I just keep everything aside until that Friday video. But I did want to let you know that they arrived, so thank you. And it was nice to see the stamps on the envelope themselves. So what else do we have going on here? Weather-wise, it's about 2 degrees outside. Still no snow on the ground. Any snow that we had before is all gone. And today I received my first post crossing. Oh, well, that's great. So you are a new post crosser, and you got your first one in the mail. It's addictive. So once you get the first one, you're going to want to respond and send more out. If you sent your first 5 out, you'll want to keep getting more and more. Phoenix Star, yes, it was fantastic to get a card from you guys, especially one that has the recipe and everything on it. I'm not sure when I'll get to try either that recipe or the halibut card recipe, but we shall see. Yeah, big congratulations to Itamar for joining Post Crossing and getting his first card in the mail, or getting their first card. I'm assuming male, but it could be female. You can let me know, male or female, Itamar. I don't want to confuse the genders for you. I guess that in itself these days is confusing. You know, maybe it's they. I don't mean to offend anyone, that's for sure. I'm a young man. All right. Well, welcome to Post Crossing, and I hope you'll enjoy it for years to come. It's going to be fantastic. You'll get cards from around the world. If you're into stamps, you'll see stamps from around the world, and the community is really so kind. Now, can you hear the background? The water draining from the washing machine. It's that time. I've gone through yesterday. I did 4 loads of laundry on an exciting topic, right? Yeah, I did darks and whites, and then I did my son's bedding. Today I'm doing our bedding. We're switching over from summer sheets to winter sheets. Most of you guys probably don't have that problem, especially in Israel and Australia, that you probably have the same bedding year round, or maybe even change it up with different sets and things. But here we kind of have something called Brunswick Sheets. We're in New Brunswick. There's a company called Brunswick Sheets here that makes kind of a thicker, warmer bedding, and so that's what we put on in the wintertime. You learned a lot from me about post crossing. Well, I'm glad that it was educational. I hopefully it was fun and continues to be fun learning about post crossing, about stamps, about Lego, about festivals and things that we got going on in this part of the world. It's fun for me, so I'm hoping I'm making it fun for you guys too. We have the same sheets, but we have Duna in winter. I don't know what a Duna is. Is that a warm blanket that goes on top like some sort of a quilt or a duvet? I wonder if other countries have something like we have in Germany, with the German Post donating 10 cents for every card on post crossing in December. Well, that's really cool. So any card going from Germany gets a donation? I've never heard of that. But then again, post crossing is massive in Germany and in the US. It's not as big in Canada. I mean, there's still 80,000 participants in Canada, but I don't think they do anything like that. But that's a really cool thing that they get a donation. The weather here has been so weird that we still have the Duna on the bed. So does that mean because you are getting close to summer, Stephen, that it has been a little extra chillier there than normal? A Duna is a duvet. Maybe an Aussie word, sorry. No, don't be sorry about your language. I just like learning new ones. So a Duna, that's cool. Yes, on our bed in the wintertime, we have these winter sheets, or winter, sheets, and then we put a thicker blanket on top, and then we have a duvet or a quilt on top of that too. So, and on top of that, we have the heat pump going. We have electric baseboard heating, but a number of years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I switched over to heat pumps, so it blows cool air in the summertime, has an air conditioning and a heating in the winter, and we have 2 of those. So that seems to do the trick for us, and it saves us more money that way. If I had the money, I probably would put a third one in the basement, but the basement is more of the kids area or storage area, so most of the time it really doesn't need a lot of heat. There are some people in New Brunswick right now that are still without power. We had on Monday, it was really windy, rainy here, and about 8,000 people lost power, and there are still some regions in New Brunswick where they're still trying to get power back. You are officially in the summer, so it should be around 35 degrees, but it's barely getting up to 20 in the boat. Yeah, that's a big change if you're used to 35 degrees at this point in time. We were at 2 today, and it felt kind of balmy out there. Now it was 15 a couple days ago, and then yesterday it was like -10, and now it's 2, so the weather is all over the place. It's hard to dress appropriately. It's called Cards for Literacy. Donation amount is over 1,000 already, so over 10,000 cards have been received. That's fantastic. Yeah, I wonder if they did that throughout post crossing. If they had a bit of a donation for every card that was sent, how much that would raise. When you think of the amount of cards that have been sent through its lifetime of the hobby, I'm sure that'd be quite an amount. Personally, I prefer the cooler weather, so I'm not complaining. Okay, Stephen. I like that mid-range. I like it when it's about 25 to 29 degrees. That's perfect for me, I think. Warm enough that you're still in shorts and t-shirt, but not so hot that when you go outside, your face melts off. When it gets up in that high 30s and 40s with humidity, you're basically just going from one air-conditioned vehicle or building at a time, yeah. I need to go light up the Hanukkah candles, so bye. All right, well, happy Hanukkah to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, hope you join on again, and congratulations on getting your first card. Hello, Victoria. Welcome from Great Britain. I love the German Post is officially collaborating with Post Crossing, but I get that it only applies to cards sent from Germany, since those are the ones the German Post makes money on. Yeah, it makes sense that if you're going to do a collaboration, it's going to be within your own country. And you guys have post-crossing stamps, which is fantastic. Very jealous. Wish we had a post-crossing stamp here in Canada as well. Hello, Amber. Welcome. Happy Hanukkah. Yes, happy Hanukkah to everybody out there who's celebrating. So Hanukkah officially started yesterday, was it? Was it start on the 12th? You need to go by. Okay, Victoria, you were on quick and gone quick too. But thanks for checking in. Amber must be at work now, but I'm glad she's checked in too. And Phoenix Star, what's happening in Germany right now? Ah, the 8th for Hanukkah. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm probably just mixing up my days real quick. This month is a blur for me with all the things that have been going on with work and with preparing for the holidays and stuff. And the stamps that came out. Yeah, I guess I showed the Hanukkah stamp. It wasn't just yesterday, so it was a while ago now. So you're right. It's probably the 8th. But it being the 13th now, hard to believe 12 days Christmas will be upon us here. I'm not 100% ready, I can tell you that. I need to bring all the decorations up from the basement, get them ready for decorating. We get the tree on Sunday this week, so that means decorations will probably start later Sunday, if not Monday. My wife is going to be off Monday. My daughter will be back from university by then, so we'll have a full household. I know my son will be in school on Monday, but he'll be back from a basketball tournament on Sunday. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I need to get, I'm looking at some of the things here. I've got washi tape in front of me. I've been using Christmas washi tape, which I still have quite a bit of it left. I have a bunch of stickers and things that I've been using. They are starting to wind down, so I probably will need to order some more of those soon. Hard to believe it's Christmas so soon. We had it, no time for anything. Yeah, it is going quickly. What's happening? Not much. Been visiting a few Christmas markets. Okay. Did you find anything of note, Phoenix Star, at the Christmas markets? Did you buy food? Did you buy cards, crafts? What did you find at the market? I feel like this should be closer. Let me just adjust a bit. I think when I'm way back here, it seems like you got all this empty space around me, but when I'm too close, it's just way too close. I'm glad that so many people found the chat really quickly though here. Yes, Stephen, the envelope I received was the exchange. I didn't know about any other envelope that was coming, so that's the one that I got. Not to give anything away, so it can be shown on Friday. Welcome, Media. Hello from Helsinki. Anyone else celebrating the Lucia Day today? Here in Finland and Sweden, it's quite popular. Santa Lucia. So Santa Lucia Day, happy to everyone who is celebrating that, the Day of Light, Festival of Light. Maybe Media, you can explain, type it out a bit more about the festival. Food for sure. Rule number 1 visiting Christmas market is to go there with an empty stomach. Oh. Any sweets? Anything that my mouth can water about? Okay, there's a surprise coming for me. All right, Stephen, thank you. Amber's been reading up. Hello, Mark. Mark from the United Kingdom. I love this. We're getting new people joining on not new as in I've never talked to them before, but these are people that comment on videos and have sent postcards. It's nice to have them in the live now too. So I'm loving the fact that we are a worldwide community, and we found a kind of a niche time that a lot of people can be on. Maybe not the most convenient for some. Some people are still working and others are getting ready to go to bed, I guess. But even if just to pop on and say hello, I really appreciate that. So Mark, what are you doing today? What's going on there? Chocolate covered fruit. Yes, I could get down and enjoy those too. What's your favorite favorite fruit that is chocolate covered? It does sound like my kind of market. Anything that's got food in it, yeah, that's my kind of market. I would much rather go to a market that had chocolate covered fruit and candies and cookies and squares than a market that was just selling meat and vegetables, even crafts. I'd rather have the fruit market or the candy market than that. It's hard when you're staring at the screen. I know when I get talking about a topic and then you guys start talking below and then I got to scroll back and see what I missed in the conversation. There's a bit of that. But I do like just kind of seeing what you guys are talking and respond to those. I was wondering, I thought I might do a stamp video today. I've been a bit lethargic about doing them as of late, not that particular one, but I was like, well, should I do that? I also have a bunch of Lego that I should be putting together. So I could be doing a Lego video. I haven't done one of those for a while. But then it was also kind of nice to just take a little bit of a break. I don't know if I've gotten a bit of an addiction to chatting with everybody out there, but I'm enjoying these lives. So when I can fit in a live, it's a lot less work for me to do a live than it is for me to prepare and edit a specific video. And banana, I got a chocolate covered. You can see I just lost my train of thought. Biscoff crumbs, coated banana, and I had some grapes. That sounds good. Chocolate covered strawberries are always a go-to wonderful fruit covered in chocolate. In Adelaide, the capital of South Australia, there is a food festival that I'm sure you'd enjoy. Actually, I think there are two. Yeah, if there's a food festival there, I'd love to go to that. I was watching Keek's video from 2 weeks ago before this one. Love chocolate covered bananas and strawberries. A 2-week-old video from Keek's. I can't remember what. You have to enlighten me into what it was about. I can't remember. That was a quick dinner, Victoria, but welcome back. Hopefully it was something yummy. You've been right on target, though. So we've all been talking about food while you've left, and you've gone to have food. So you were living in the real world. You're eating it. We're just imagining eating it. Phoenix Star was telling us about the chocolate-covered fruit that she's had at the Christmas markets. But I know, Victoria, there's a lot of things you don't like to eat, so maybe you don't like chocolate-covered fruit either. And it's all right. Not everybody has to like the same stuff. That must taste weird. Have you never had a chocolate-covered fruit? Chocolate-covered strawberry or chocolate-covered orange slice? I know we've talked about Terry's chocolate-covered or Terry's chocolate oranges. They're kind of a different thing. One festival is basically food from all over the world, and the other is basically the best of what's available in local restaurants. Yeah, we have a bunch of food festivals here in Moncton as well. We have a taco festival, we have Burger Fest, Lobster Fest. Yeah, there's a whole when I think about it, there's actually a lot of festivals throughout the year that all have to do with food. I think most of them became popular or initiated because they were just trying to get more people to go to restaurants and to go eat out and spend their money, and it just grew from there. I know the Burger Festival was a small festival at one point in time, and there are now places that don't necessarily traditionally have burgers on their menus, hamburgers I'm talking about, that put out some sort of burger-like item at BurgerFest. It was the video that she got your polo card in. And you sent her the wood bear card. Okay, I remember that video now, yep. Yeah, Keeks is fantastic. She does some amazing things. She's just a gentle soul, and we wish her the best in her recovery. And also, she puts out some really nice content. So if you haven't seen Keeks Wanderer, you should go check out her channel too. She is in Seattle. Mark, I've been phoning hospitals for appointments on the 21st for hearing tests, and I'm not deaf. It's just knowing which part of the hospital that took my time up to be soaking some stamps tomorrow. Well, it's always fun trying to get through to your local doctor to book appointments and things. So that can't be fun on the phone all day long. But soaking some stamps, that sounds like a good idea. Oh, speaking of Lego, I got a mini scale last week and went to the store and tried to get the minifigures I want from the new Marvel series. How did it work out? With the new cardboard boxes, you have to weigh them to know which one is inside. I have ever done that? I have not done that. I have heard that that is what people are doing with the new box minifigures, but I haven't done that. So were you successful? Did you find the ones that you were missing? I only got 3 or 4 from that new Marvel series. It wasn't one that I was super excited about collecting all of them from anyways. I just wanted to show the new boxes in a video, and so managed to get a few of them that way. Now, I don't know, Christmas is coming, and my wife tends to buy me minifigures to put in my stocking. As we don't do a lot of really big gifts for each other, we usually just fill a stocking with odds and sods of things. So usually I get some minifigures, and that's kind of what's out right now are those boxes. Oh, and Mark, I hope you do get your appointment so you can figure out what's going on. Mail this week, not that you're asking, but it has been kind of light. So, now I don't mean to deliver it. There's a lot of it out there, and I don't mean the amount of weight. Just the amount of cards that have come in so far. It hasn't been overwhelming. Now maybe more will come by the end of the week, but like 1 or 2 cards a day. That's kind of where we're at right now. Well, I was successful in predicting which ones are inside, but the store didn't have 2 of the ones that I wanted, the Boom Knight and Mr. Knight. Well, hopefully you can find them at another store. Now that you know exactly which ones weigh which amount and your predictions were right. It's funny, someone said that watching this live after the fact, not this particular live, but lives in general of ours, it's kind of like eavesdropping on a conversation. That I'm not really telling you a story or trying to explain anything. I'm reacting to what you guys talk about. So when you watch it after the fact, it's like listening to somebody else's conversation. Mark says, I like Lego, but I cannot do that technically small stuff. My brother and his daughter are well into it though. I have a lot of people that say that, yes, the small pieces and manipulating them sometimes is hard, and some people have a hard time with the instructions being a pictorial instruction. But, you know, it's not for everyone. And some people just like the end result, not necessarily putting it together. And others like putting it together and don't really like using it after, so to each their own. It's not as accurate as some posts online claim. There is some guessing involved, especially for the ones that are very close in weight. Yeah, I'm sure you have to be very specific with the decimal point in every box, and boxes could be very close to the same too. The place where I volunteer a couple days a week got a heap box of Lego. I was able to get 4 at $5 each to give to some of the local kids. Thought of you, but it would cost too much. Just, yeah, shipping shipping Lego from Australia to me would cost a fortune because you'd be paying by weight. But I appreciate the thought. It'd be interesting though. Hello, Isabel from Chile. Another country, another continent, all checked off for this live today. I have a bunch out that haven't been delivered yet. I just switched my settings to send multiple cards within the same country. Drew 4 US names last week. Late mail for sure. Yeah, I sent 8 cards last weekend, official ones. I've had a few that have been arriving the last couple days, so I guess that means I'll be able to send a few more this weekend. I don't know if I've got my settings switched up that I can send. Well, I must, because I get lots of ones go to Germany at the same time, so I must have that setting set already. Hello, Victoria. Oh, everyone's saying hello to Isabel now. We do need Antarctica. That would be awesome. I don't think I have anybody that watches from that distance or from that continent. Isn't it nice that you guys are all making nice and have gotten to know each other through these lives too? Pretty soon you'll be reaching out and exchanging and direct swapping cards too. I'd also like to see someone pop on from Africa. I don't think I've got anybody that I know of that watches in Africa. You're just coming from the post office. Were you dropping something off or picking something up? Or maybe a bit of both? The bottom of Chile is getting very close to Antarctica. You're right. You sent a lot of postcards last week and haven't been receiving that many. They'll come. They'll definitely will come. They'll probably all come in a big bunch all at one time. It seems to go that way. You can go through and have these massive amounts of mail one day and then go for a week and hardly have anything. And then you look at your traveling cards and some of them get there, in 8 days. Some of them take 4 months to show up. You are sending mail. That's good. Keep that mailman in your area, or letter carriers in your area busy. You were born in Kenya. Does that count? It certainly does count. Now, if only you were logging on from Kenya or sending mail from Kenya, it would count even more. But you are a global traveler. Yeah, that would be cool. You've got a friend that's in Tunis? Don't want to wake anybody up, though. Sleep is a precious commodity we all kind of strive for before Christmas. And then Christmas happens. It's all the stuff happens all at once. You got to have the meal ready. You open the gifts. You visit with people. And then after the meal's done and the last guest leaves, all you feel like doing is crashing. Just don't do anything. And then on the 26th, here's Boxing Day, which is another holiday for us. And we don't really want to get out of bed. We don't want to do anything. It is the laziest day possible, I think. It's taking months to get stamp stock pages just to get in the binder. Oh, really? Are they really behind there? Do you get yours off Amazon? Do you get them from a local stamp dealer? Where do you get your stock pages? Or do you print them off yourself? Well, I guess it doesn't take months if you print them off yourself. I bet you got 6 postcards today. That's amazing. Congratulations. Oh no, the postmen are going strike and all transfer. Oh no. It means the mail is going to be backed up before Christmas. That's not a good time. Well, I mean, I get why they go on strike before Christmas. I'm happy with any postcards you decide to send, Stephen. Our current mail delivery person asked my sister yesterday if we just want to give all our postcards to him directly because he knows the piles of cards in the local post box are coming from. Yeah, the funny thing is when here anyways, I sometimes get other people's postcards because they assume that all postcards must be coming to me in the neighborhood. So sometimes I have to go out and deliver to other people that I've accidentally gotten their postcards. Why did you travel so much, Stephen? How come you were a teacher? Were your parents in the military? Is that why you moved around a lot? Why from Kenya to Australia and all the places in between? Oh, Bob's on from Ontario. Welcome to the chat. Oh, Leaves on now too from Belgium. Cool, cool. What do we usually do for Boxing Day? As little as possible. Sometimes we go to the movies though. That's a good day for going to the movies. Or other days we in the past we've had a party for the kids' friends. They could come over and get together and have a day for themselves. We've had those in the past too, but really we don't do very much on Boxing Day if we can help it. It's kind of a day to relax. What's for dinner this evening? I just finished mine, salmon and broccoli. Dinner tonight, I have chicken thawing out, and I think I'm gonna do like shake and bake, so like a breaded chicken in the oven. That's kind of the plan. I don't probably with baked potatoes or roast potatoes, or that's kind of what I'm thinking tonight. That happened to us too. They assumed all postcards come to us. Yep. That's all right. It's not a bad thing for people to know that you're the postcard person. What I also like about that too is they usually ask you, why do you get so many postcards? So then you get a chance to tell them about post crossing, and maybe they'll become a post crosser too. Oh, Amber's having chicken tonight too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start mixing up the menu again soon. With my daughter coming home, we'll be able to have a few different things. My son is kind of a picky eater sometimes, so the menu gets very limited when it's just the three of us. I just learned of pictorial cancels off of Canada Post. It is a video I've got coming up too. I'm going to talk about those. Renee Lewis did a video about pictorial cancels, and she asked the question if we had them, and we do. I just haven't gotten around to talking about it yet. So I will get one of those videos out though. Isabel's having a little late lunch. Yeah, I guess it's late, 3 o'clock there for you. Stephen's mother was English, his father was Dutch, and he had an uncle who had a brick factory in Uganda. His father was there just before World War II, but when he was called up, he ended up in the UK rather than in Holland. Interesting. So, Stephen, your father fought in the Second World War for Great Britain? Is that what you're saying there? And Leaf got 8 official cards today. Congratulations. That's a nice, good haul, and one from Canada. Where in Canada did it come from? Always curious to see where my other Canadian post-crossers are from. I was talking to someone the other day and they received a postcard and they told me what town it was from. And I was like, is it so-and-so? And it was. So I thought it was kind of neat. Not that the community is that small, but it's just that through this I get to learn where other people are from and what's going on. So we have Belgium, we have Australia, we have Chile, we have Great Britain, we have the United States, we have Germany, we had Israel. We have anybody else on? From Kitchener, Ontario. Okay. Not too far from where my brother lives. Mom and Dad married in the UK, then moved to Kenya. When I was 7, we moved to England. Mom hated it there, so we moved to Australia. All right. We moved around a lot. Funny brand. Stinky paw design. Huh, I don't know that. Best audience. Well, certain. Oh, and Finland. I did forget. Media. How could I forget you? Yes. Well, that's awesome. The media sent a card to leave. An official one. I'm not going to say the best audience. I'm going to say the biggest audience, maybe. Because every audience is the best audience if you tune in. More audience, yes. Yeah, we have more active people on during the talk right now than we have had before. We've had some people pop on and leave already, but at least have said hello when they did. Oh, you have sent a card to another leave in Belgium. Wah, wah, wah. Better luck next time. My counter shows that there's 7 people on right now, but only 2 people have liked it. So I guess 5 people that are on right now really don't like this conversation. And how is 37 minutes already passed? It feels like I just started this. Leaves in Belgium are going to have to get together and fight it out for dominance. Oh, 5 of the 7 people like it now. We are climbing. 6. 6 people like it. Lots of hearts going. I don't know what the hearts are for, but I appreciate them. 7 out of 7 people like it. Hey, in case you don't know, that was my bad impression of the Count from Sesame Street. And if you never had Sesame Street, it's a shame. Stephen started teaching English overseas and have taught in Japan, Turkey, Portugal, UK, China, Russia, Morocco, Slovakia, Lebanon, Cyprus, Tanzania, and of course Australia. Wow. You have done some traveling, my friend. Phoenix Star loves the Count. Okay, I'll stop. Well, now I know why your Russian is so good and you've got so much Russian history behind you there, Stephen, if you've been there and taught there. All right, making post-crossing first. All right, leave. Go register those postcards so people can have other postcards sent to them. Thanks so much for joining. Holidays. You get holidays? Wow, you're lucky. Studied Russian and Chinese at uni to go along with your English. That's fantastic. Amber, you speak, write, and read German? Wow, good for you. Yeah, my hat's off to anybody who has many, many languages that they can speak, write, read. That's a lot of work. I know some languages are very similar, but it's still a commitment to learn them all. Just un petit peu. Isabel would like to learn a third language. All right, Isabel, if you could pick a third language that you could do, which would be the third one you'd add to your collection? Victoria would like to speak multiple languages as well. Yes, I depend a lot on Google Translate for especially cards that come in that are written in other languages. I specifically like the ones that are written on the front and you can just put your phone over top of it and it translates it for you. I'm sure it's not 100% accurate, but it does give me the gist of what it's saying. Phoenix Star is only bilingual, but I do have a sort of language pack with a friend in Mexico. I do Spanish on Duolingo, they do German. So how is the learning going of Spanish? A lot of people use Duolingo, so it must be pretty accurate and helpful. I am happy that a good portion of the population around the world at least knows and understands English. That makes my job and my life a lot easier. I know it could have been different, and there's a lot of other languages that could be more dominant. But I am very fortunate that all of you guys in all your countries around the world have an understanding of English, so I've gotten a chance to get to know you. Isabel recommends Language Transfer to learn Spanish. It's an app, okay? I think probably before you learn any language, you need to learn the basics first. I would think that would be a straight up rule across any learning device. Learn the basics before you learn something more advanced. Anytime that there are virtual prizes or levels that you can attain of something, a goal to reach, I think helps in the learning process. Makes you want to do it. Even the app that tracks on your phone of, how many steps you take, or, it's kind of nice to have those goals to say, oh yeah, I did this today. I learned this many levels of this, or I read this many chapters of that. Duolingo teaches you a lot of touristy phrases, though. Right? Russian grammar can be a bit tricky, so good effort, Amber. Gold star mentality, exactly. Phoenix Star knows all about that with her icon. Now I'm confused. There's 8 likes and only 7 people on. That means there was 8 people on at one point in time, I guess. Is Russia in Asia or Europe? The answer would be yes, because it is in both. It is that large that it covers both continents. I would say most of Russia is in Asia, though. East of the Urals is Asia, west of the Urals is in Europe. There you go. There is the official geography lesson. Interested in them over the years, started again. What did you start over and over again? Mark, you lost me. Learning new languages, or are we talking about stamps? I lasted in German class at university for 1 week, and then I had to drop the course. I signed up for an advanced German, or an intensive German, I guess it was, and it went every day of the week. And when I first signed up for it, I didn't realize, first of all, that it went every day of the week. So I show up on Tuesday, and there's already a class on Monday, and everybody in the class already basically had German, so they could speak it in class when they got there, and I didn't have any. So I went to one more class, and then I was like, I can't keep up with this, so I had to drop it. So my German is very, very limited. And that's the only other language that I've attempted to pick up any. I certainly have been into countries that speak Spanish or speak Italian, and I've muddled my way through if need be. But luckily, most of the time, people spoke English. All right, Stephen, thanks for coming in and participating in the chat and giving us topics to talk about and sharing a bit about your life. I appreciate you staying up this late to chat a bit, so thank you so much. Phoenix started a semester of Chinese at uni, and she remembers nothing. Well, it was not a semester wasted, was it then? You have family that was adopted from Russia? Well, that's very cool, Amber. Yeah, I think if I'd learned German at the basic level first and worked my way up, I would have been happier with it and probably lasted longer. But getting thrown into the deep end of the pool without knowing how to swim was not the right way to learn German. And throwing all these analogies too about swimming when I'm talking about learning language might not help someone either. Mark Sutton stamps and postcards. Yeah, those are two great hobbies to have. And here's the card I got from you, Mark. Not too far away. Thank you so much. What would be really nice is that the people that have to leave, if new people at least came in to replace them, and we have other people in the conversation as well. I've had a few people say that they have watched the lives while they've been going on, but just haven't said anything. Well, not everybody is a linguistic Phoenix Star, so if you're into sciences, good on you, because not everybody can do that either. Sciences and me didn't go along well. I didn't take to them in class. I did chemistry in high school and just barely made it through that. Enough to get the credit. Amber is into post-crossing and crocheting. There's a lot of people that are into the paper arts, ephemera, that also are into knitting and crocheting and that kind of tactile hobby. Congratulations on your Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. You've got way more than I do. My bachelor's is in History and Political Science. Those were the two things that I loved. What I am finding about post-crossers generally is most of them are quite artsy. They're artistic. Now, whether it's in decorating the postcards, whether it's creating the envelopes that the postcards can go into, yeah, there's a lot of amazingly talented people out there that happen to be post-crossers as well. And there are a lot of stamp collectors that are post-crossers because it fits in so nicely. And I'm even finding there's a few people that like Lego that tend to do those things too. I'm not sure how Lego and post-crossing fit together, but maybe it's that relaxed attitude. Post-crossing, stamp collecting are very relaxed things. I think for the most part, building a Lego set is a very relaxed thing as well. Phoenix Star, decorating cards is her favorite thing. Your washi tape attic. Yeah. It's funny, when I started, there's some of my Christmas washi. When I started post-crossing and people like Jilly B were decorating cards, or Shara in BC were decorating cards, they were fantastic with the washi tape, with the stickers. And I was like, maybe it's more of a female thing to do that. And now, where am I? 2.5 years, going on 3 years later, post-crossing, I have washi tape, I have stickers, I have different colored pens. So no, it's not a gender thing. It's just a natural progression, I think. You pick a nice card that you think the person will like, and then maybe you pick some nice stamps that the people will like as well, and then you try to create different messages. But then you also wanted the back side of the card to look just as impressive as the front side of the card, so you start decorating it. Yeah, it's a whole industry. That's awesome. I don't have a degree, and I have tried many degree paths, but before realizing that I'm just not a great uni student, I almost finished an associate's degree in veterinary technology. I also started a degree in teaching special education. Well, that's fantastic that you've gone down all those routes. It means it probably has given you lots of great skills. And university isn't for everybody. And it's not, I mean, it gives you great skills. I think university gives you great social skills. That's the first thing it does. So if you can master dealing with other people and the timelines that go along with it, I think that's a great thing that you get out of university. But some people don't have to go to university to get those skills. They're just naturally good that way. But unfortunately, some jobs do require that before you cut into the patient, that you have your doctor's degree. You're a jack of all trades, master of none. I think it's supposed to say master of none, but if you have 9, that's great. I can see people are slowly dropping off. It is running later though, and once again we're coming up on an hour. We're 6 minutes shy of that. I feel like that's part of the live thing now, is to announce how long we've been going. Not like everybody can see the clock. I think too, when you watch it after the fact, you're not really looking at a clock, it's just a running video. Yeah, I think when there's a whole well, not a whole generation, but there is a good couple years that university was destroyed because everybody was working from home. Now, I don't know how the university still got away with charging the tuition fees that they did and all the other fees that went along with it when most of the people were working from home and weren't having that same contact with their professors. But I know a lot of kids that started university and then COVID hit and never went back. They just found other jobs and way of doing things. And if you're working now, congratulations. Hopefully it's in a field you like or doing something that you enjoy. That's the most important thing, because you're going to spend a lot of time doing it. The other thing to realize is that if it's not something you really like, you don't necessarily have to do it your entire life. Just make sure you find something else before you leave what you had before, because that gets really hard if you have to go between jobs. Isabel started a master's in 2020. Worst experience ever. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, 2020, not a good year to start doing an education degree or something or other. No, not a degree in education, but going to an environment that would normally be a fun place to socialize and learn at the same time. I'm gonna go for a quick walk here. Some people say, oh, I like it when we walk. Let's walk for a second. We'll go show you the outside. It's gotten quiet because I think my dryer has finally stopped. And I think the washing machine has stopped as well. So after this live is done, I will have to pull things out here. Phoenix Star, I'm doing an analytical forensics alcohol analysis of blood samples. Most are coming from police or well, I'm sure it's very important work. Yes to walking. All right, well, we're walking and we're talking. There, we're out back. You can see I've got grass back here because the snow is all gone. Back of the house. My shed is the gray one. Neighbor's shed is the green one. There's the fire pit. There are all the pallets in the back that were left over from when I built those boxes here. Here, I'm gonna flip it around. So a couple years ago I built these flower boxes out of old pallets. And then I still have all those over there that I'll use for firewood. I had thought about building another one here, maybe a bench or something, but I never got around to it. And this summer was so wet that we didn't do anything there. Never drink and drive, people. No, there's no snow this time. Yes, never drink and drive. And then you can see the grapevines. Some of them are pretty chunky. They've been around for a while. Have to prune back a bunch of this stuff in the spring. And same with the raspberry vines are all been taken back. Apple tree looks pretty barren. Yeah. Very important job, very important message. Agreed. All right. Even though it is not snowing out there, it's still a little chilly. Lock that up. We can walk over here. See? Lego sets up there that I have to build at some point in time. There's some flower ones there I want to build, and there's a new flower set that came out that I really like to get. But I'll have to wait till later, I think. Got enough other stuff going on. Excuse me. Developed a hiccup. Oh, this little artwork back here, if you can see it here. I'll flip this camera around. This is something my daughter did, and it was kind of morbid, but I really liked it. Now, it was a long time ago. I like to kill snowmen. However, they do not bleed, so it's not as satisfying. All right, morbid, but yeah, it made me laugh. Put that back there. I can't leave that as the only thing that you've seen of my daughter's artwork. Because that was, I would say she was grade 6 or something when she did that. Here, I'll show you something that's a little bit more recent. She's in university now, but she did this in grade 12, so 2 years ago. She painted this. That's one of hers. And there are some other pieces around here. A lot of the stuff that she's done has gone off to grandparents and they have it. Or she's taken some of it to university. She used to buy old records and paint on them, so she painted Starry Night on a record. She has that in her dorm room or her apartment now. That angle is not flattering to me. It looks like I have multiple chins. I almost need to go back. Maybe I've been eating too many candies lately. I might have to. I know I haven't been walking as much as I normally do. Like, there. As long as I'm not laying back, it looks a little better. That's not the spot for me to sit. All right, we've passed the 1 hour mark. Oh, I have some more art to show you. This is not my daughter. This is my Aunt Helena, who recently passed away. So she painted that. She was in New Zealand. Oh, Cossacks from Southern California has joined on. What other art do we have? I think I've shown you these ones before. This is a photographer that was locally doing a project trying to get 10,000 images of people. So we as a family went in a few years ago, because you can see my children do not look that young anymore. Anyhow, she is now in her second year of university. And there was our dog at the time, Paige. Well, Isabel, I already mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. I think I'm just going to shake and bake some chicken, which means a breaded chicken probably, with some potatoes of some sort. That's the plan, so nothing too fancy. My son has basketball practice tonight, so I like to just get him fed and ready to go. That's okay. You arrived. You can always go back and watch the beginning again if you like to. 18 degrees Celsius. It's not cold. That's the perfect temperature. It's not a bad temperature. You're right. But for Southern California, he might find it freezing cold. But thanks for joining. So what's going on in California? Getting the question out there now before this all comes to an end, I think, soon. .5 degrees where she is in Great Britain. Everybody but the US has Celsius. So Amber, I appreciate you switching it over to us for us and saying it's 9 degrees. Yeah, oh, we're lame like that. You just dug into what you want. Well, we won't get into name calling, that's for sure. Come on, some of us that are on here measure their weight in stone. There's only one country I know that does that, and it's not the US. Yeah, it is the weather report time here. As I get up again, I'll show you the weather here. With my little handy dandy weather thing, flip it around. So it is 3 degrees here, 20 degrees inside my house. Yeah, we do have, it seems like every live there is a point where we all have to say what the weather is in the countries that we're reporting from. In Canada, we use kilometers for distance, not miles. So all of our cars all have kilometers per hour, kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. All our signage, if you drive into Canada and it says the speed limit is 110, it means kilometers an hour, not miles per hour. We have had some US visitors flying through our province and thinking, wow, this is great. I think we can go how fast we can go here. And then they get pulled over for speeding. You might get a little rain in California. Well, that's not such a bad thing, is it? Depends how much rain you get. I'm sure you have a lot of immigrants coming in through from Mexico, I would assume. We're right there on the border. I don't think we have as many in Canada of, what do you say, illegal immigrants that come here. We do have refugees. We have a lot of Syrian refugees. We had a lot of Ukrainian refugees. We get that. And communities have really banded together to help get them settled and with the supplies they need. What's the speed limit? Yeah, we don't have an Autobahn here, so all of our highways have speed limits. And highway speed here is 110 kilometers an hour. At least here in New Brunswick, it varies by province. But it's generally either 100 or 110. But I did enjoy driving through Germany on the no-speed Autobahns. And you guys are very polite about it, that if someone's coming up behind you and they flash their lights, it just means slide to the right and let them pass. And then, yeah, it's very efficient. That's slow, yeah. For some cars, that would be very slow. For others, it would be way too fast. All right, Isabel, thanks for joining from Chile. .68 miles per hour-ish. That's about average for most highways here. I don't know what that converts to. Is 68 miles per hour similar to 100? I need a conversion thing. Normally I would check it on my phone, but seeing as I'm on my phone, you guys will have to figure out what it is. German Autobahn are crazy place. .110 is the same as 68. Okay. Now I don't think you have a posted rate. I know you did say average, so I think most of your postage are 60 or 70, right? That's what you mean by the average. Yeah, normally 70s on the highway. What? Not 70 kilometers an hour on the highways in England, right? That can't be right. Or are you saying, Victoria, that it's... Oh, okay. Why are you talking miles per hour? Do you use mile per hour in Great Britain? I can't remember. You shouldn't. You should be... 130 is your recommended speed. Well, the rule of law here in Canada is that you can go about 20 kilometers over the speed limit before the police are going to pull you over. So usually on the highway, you will see people doing 130. Yeah, that seems right. That there's a posted speed limit, and there's always the little extra that goes on top of that that you seem to be able to get away with before the police will join the fun and pull you over. You can go 3 more miles per hour over the speed limit in the UK before you get pulled over. Like a very small gap of leeway. Guessing most people just put on cruise control then, if that's what you're going to control it with. In Canada, our measurement systems and things are all kind of a mixture between the metric system and the imperial system. Because yes, our speeds are in kilometers an hour, and our height though is in feet and inches. I don't measure myself as 180 centimeters tall. I say I'm 5'8" or whatever. That's usually what we talk about. If I'm on a scale, I measure myself in pounds, not kilograms. Our temperature is in Celsius, not Fahrenheit, so we pick and choose between the two for the most part. Yeah, 160. The fastest I've ever been in a car, I was driving my Acura Integra, and I did 210. That was as fast as I've ever been. And at that speed, my car was starting to shake. Too many and too big of a hurry, yep. I'd gotten the call, my wife and I, she wasn't my wife at the time, she was still my girlfriend, but I was at work in Sackville, and I got a message saying that she was taken to the hospital. Gallstones, I think, was the case at the time. And so I left work, I got my car, and I drove as fast as I could to get back to Moncton to be with her. And so that's when I reached that magic number of 210. Yeah, for the most part, I think people drive faster than they need to. They tailgates, it causes accidents, and for the most part, you don't need to be in that big of a rush. I see people that are weaving in and out between cars and get to stoplights, and it seems like every time you get to the stoplight, you're pulling right up behind them, even after all the work they've done to speed and almost cause multiple accidents. It doesn't get them any further ahead. It's a sweet story. It was in my younger years. Well, everybody, it has been almost an hour and a half. Is that right? No, it isn't. It has been an hour and 15 minutes. I think we should probably wrap it up for today. I don't know if there'll be a video out tomorrow or not. There may be, but there for sure will be one out on Friday as usual, and then going through the weekend. So thank you so much for joining this live. And there'll be another live on Saturday when I do that Dad Guy Answers again. But we're going to say goodbye. So everybody, you guys can say your toodle-doos to each other. I'm going to shut down this live, and it's been a fun live once again, and you guys make it fun and keep me entertained. So thank you so much. Have a magical week.